Hello everyone, welcome to the Perfect Pass podcast. So, my name's Christian, this is Ashley, and so this is the first episode, New Beginnings. So, in this episode, we're just going to sort of introduce each other, why we're doing the podcast, what we're going to be speaking about on the podcast, that kind of thing. So, I'll let Ashley start off.
Yeah, so basically, like I say, Christian said, we wanted to bring the podcast together because I'm a big fan of football, big fan of podcasts, so I thought, why not put the two together? And we'll have some debates, good discussions, and hopefully talk to other people around in the future. Christian?
Yes, so same here, big fan of football. Me and Ash, obviously we're family, we're both cousins, we've always got football talk within the family, and we thought, why not bring it to a podcast, try and have a bit of fun with it.
Yeah.
And obviously I'm a Spurs fan, Ashley's a City fan, so there's been plenty of controversial games throughout the years.
More than a couple.
More than a few, yeah. So, like I say, this episode's just introducing ourselves. So, why I support Spurs. So, obviously, as you can tell, not from London, not got the accent or anything.
No.
So everyone, that's the first question anyone always says when they see me wearing a Spurs trackie or when I'm at a game or something. They're like, "Oh, you're not from London." No, I'm not. So like, why do you support Spurs? So I was quite a late bloomer to football, really. When I was younger, growing up, I didn't play football at all. Like most kids get into football now about 2-3 years old, whereas I didn't. And I didn't start really liking football till I started going to high school. I started getting into it. I started watching more football. Started going to the Blackpool games. I went with either my dad or just a friend, or sometimes I'd even go by myself if I couldn't get anyone to go with. And at the time when I started going to the Blackpool games, it was a time when the Oystons were in as well.
Yeah.
So not many fans went. It wasn't like a proper footballing experience. So I kind of made, when you go into school and everyone's talking about football, everyone's either like a City fan, a United fan, Liverpool, all the sort of
Northwest teams.
the Northwest bigger teams.
Yeah.
Whereas all my family my closer family are sort of Blackpool fans.
We've got a few, haven't we?
Yeah, we've got a few United fans, City fan, and I'm the black sheep of the family with Tottenham. So, like I say, I started watching just football in general. I started watching the Premier League, and the more I watched Premier League, I thought, I want a Prem team. But I didn't want to be like everyone else and just go for Liverpool, City, United, that kind of thing. I didn't want to be that person. So I just started watching all the games, and then I started watching Tottenham, and then it was at the time when there was quite a few Tottenham players in the England squad.
Yeah.
So you had like Kane, Dele Alli, Eric Dyer, Kieran Trippier. They were all so the England squad was quite hefty with Tottenham players. So obviously I started being quite a big England fan, and then that sort of caused me to watch Tottenham more. And then the more I started watching it, the more I started getting involved. Started to do my research. I've got the shirts, got the kit. And then over time, sort of the past, I think it's 3 years, I've actually started going to the games. So I've been to the new stadium probably about 4 or 5 times now, maybe even more. I've been by myself with a couple of friends. It's absolutely unreal. It really is.
Yeah, by yourself a few times, haven't you?
I've been a few times by myself on the train. But yeah, so that's sort of why I'm a Spurs fan. I still go to the Blackpool games like yourself, don't you?
Yeah, we have a small love for Blackpool, don't we?
Yeah.
Hometown, you know.
Yeah, hometown, showing support for the club, and it's just nice to watch football because obviously it's hard for me to go to watch Tottenham every week. It's hard for you to go watch City every week. It's not like...
And it's nice with no VAR as well.
Yeah, it's a completely different experience. Going to a Blackpool game is 100% different to going to a Premier League game, and you'll know that yourself.
Yeah, huge.
So like I say, I've got a season ticket at Blackpool, so I go to quite a few Blackpool games.
Oh God almighty.
Blackpool games. Ash goes to a few as well when he's not busy working. But yes, so Ash, why are you a City fan?
Obviously, this is before anyone starts. Oh, he followed it because of the oil and all this sort of stuff. Because that's all you ever get. Always, you've only been a City fan since 2008. No, it's not the case. Obviously, I've seen some really bad players. Honestly, like
Welcome to Spurs, mate. That's every
honestly,
week.
like, you know, I've seen Bernardo Corradi. He's like Joe. I've seen Joe up from. He was awful.
Yeah, we've had
But
some
you know,
shockers.
even in that moment though, it was still nice because you had the likes of Richard Dunn, Stephen Ireland. You had upcoming players like Michael Johnson. Unfortunately, he did get injured, but you know, it was them sort of players. I remember the first time I went to the City game, and it was a Europa League game, and I went with Grandad. Obviously, our Grandad was a Man City fan,
Yeah.
so I sort of like followed that direction with him. And then, yeah, well, that was really nice. So it was against PSG.
What a
Is
first
it-
game that
is
is,
it-
by the way.
But back then it was nothing. PSG had it was good because no clubs had money like they have now.
Yeah,
So like it was in like the Europa League.
yeah,
They got beat, but it was a different experience, you know. Like I say, we still go to Blackpool games.
yeah.
But the reason I chose City is because when it was and always a family club,
Yeah.
and like I say, you never wanted to follow the norm of Man United,
Mhm.
Liverpool,
Yeah.
Chelsea. They were the teams that was,
Yeah,
dominated
definitely.
especially Man United. When I was born in 1990, so 1991, Jesus. So they was like always, they dominated football.
Yeah.
So you seen it all the way through. So obviously people in school, Man United fans, Liverpool fans, like you, a bit like you just wanted
Yeah.
to follow a bit different.
You want it to be different because no one wants to go for the. No one can ever call me a glory supporter.
No, like I say, obviously I moved to Blackpool back to Blackpool a few years ago. I had a season ticket until then, and I know I said a few things to you that won't put you in doubt on me being a proper fan, but we'll
Yeah,
leave
well, let's put it this way.
Um,
I've seen Man City play more times than you have in the past
But-
few years,
yeah,
going through
but-
Spurs
but-
games.
But I do work 6 days a week in a job that requires multiple weekends.
Yeah.
It's never easy.
Just
It's
doing
never
excuses,
easy.
mate. You still
Yeah,
find
alright.
time to go to Blackpool
But,
games, but
yeah.
yeah. Anyway, we'll move on from that.
That's the reason why we support our teams, you know. But it's just you get a certain feeling, don't you?
Yeah,
Like I don't know how you felt the first time you walked into White Hart Lane. When I first walked into the Etihad and stuff like that, it was completely different experience because
yeah,
you've gone from Bloomfield Road.
yeah.
Which,
Don't get me wrong, it's
No,
a
it's- yeah,
good
it's-
stadium. It's not
it's
a bad stadium, but
atmosphere.
others,
the atmosphere at Bloomfield Road was unreal.
it is, yeah.
Unreal.
Honestly, like,
But like you just walked in and it was like obviously it's bigger,
yeah.
there's more people, and
Yeah.
you're just like there's brighter lights and
Oh,
just everything.
it's a
like,
completely different experience.
especially like obviously even now with Spurs new stadium.
Oh, it's unbelievable. Absolutely.
I've-
I remember the first time going, it absolutely took my breath away. My first game watching Spurs, it was actually Spurs Burnley. I think it was in the Carabao Cup at Turf Moor. So that wasn't. It was still unreal to see like
Yeah.
these players like growing up. You always imagine seeing like Harry Kane, Heung-min Son, and whatnot up
Yeah.
close. And obviously at Turf Moor, you're quite close to them. So that was quite a surreal experience. But then that is a complete different experience to go into the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And I think my first game was Spurs Leeds. I think it was the Premier League. I think we beat them 2-0. And I was in the south stand, right up in the gods.
Yeah.
Like, it was unbelievable. The back of the south stand, you look out and you see over London. Oh, it's absolutely fantastic. The atmosphere in that stadium is just unbelievable. It's
Actually, I've only been once to Tottenham.
Yeah.
Obviously, that was when we went to NFL. But yeah, it's an unreal stadium, like incredible.
definitely. And moving on to our combined 11s,
We're doing that now.
may as well.
Yeah, mine's on my phone, so I'll have to get mine. I'll do mine first
Yeah, do yours first.
because you know you might not like this one. I've gone for Joe Hart in there.
You've gone Joe Hart.
Yeah, let me tell you the reason why I've gone Joe Hart is because in his prime, you think it was a hard decision.
Joe Hart.
It was a hard decision late.
So
because
let's just explain to the audience. So with a combined Spurs 11 sort of from the past 15 years,
we've gone pretty recent, haven't we?
we've
That's
tried
what
to
I'm
go
saying.
as recent as possible.
Let's keep it up to date a bit.
So any Spurs or City player
And
in an 11, what formation have you gone for first?
I've gone for a 4-1-3-2.
4-1-3-2, right. I've gone 4-4-2.
Right, can I finish?
Yeah.
So, Joe Hart in his prime, Unbelievable.
I'm really shocked.
I know, yeah, but you're seeing it from a Spurs keeper when he was at Spurs.
No, he
I
never
went from
played at
2012.
Spurs.
Well, he did, didn't
Not very much.
he? He was in Europa League team.
Yeah, he didn't.
So-
He wasn't amazing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But went from this
Yeah,
guy
I know Joe
got
Hart.
three-
Not. He was good. He was a good
3
keeper.
Golden Gloves in a row, by the way. 2012 season, unreal. Right, so Joe Hart is my keeper.
Right.
Right, this could be counted as both. So I've gone Kyle Walker.
Yeah.
So, because obviously, he can, like I say, I would have picked him anyway.
Yeah.
But
I don't disagree with Kyle Walker.
thanks. Right, so I've gone for Vincent Kompany.
I agree with that.
Because he's the captain. He'd be my captain in this team.
Mhm.
Leader, everything you want in a player. John Stones. John Stones is currently the best centre half in the Premier League. He's the best English centre half in the
English centre half. I'm glad you said English.
Yeah, all right.
Well, what
We'll
else
go
have you got English to compare him to? Fucking Harry Maguire.
But he offers a lot more though.
I'm not saying best English centre half. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
But
not best,
best centre half in the Premier League.
Yeah,
That's a
he's,
bit of
he's
a.
not, no, he's not far off. I bet he's in the top 3. 100%.
Who's your top 3 then?
You go with Stones, Van Dijk, and Diaz. They're my top 3. Not in that order, but I'm just saying
Yeah.
around. Right, next one. Right, this is controversial, but when you signed him, he was a left back, and he was getting nowhere. He was always in between
Don't say.
Gareth Bale.
No, you told me we're doing 2012 onwards. Bale was not at left back from 2012.
Yeah,
I did my research on this because I really struggled with the left
he
back.
was a left back. Exactly.
I
did.
really
But
struggled
when
with
you
left
signed
back.
him, he was a left back.
But Harry Redknapp changed him.
I don't
I think
care.
it was 2009. Harry
Right.
Redknapp changed him
But he
to a
wasn't-
winger.
right, but-
Bale is a winger, not left back. I'm
He's
not
a
letting you have
left
that.
Yeah, I'm having that.
So
I'm
he's
having
not a
that.
left back. He's not played left back since
Right,
2009.
I don't care. He played left back in this team because he's not getting anywhere else.
And he was a better winger than he was a left back. He was alright. He wasn't great at left back.
He can play. No, I'm keeping him at left back. I might have had a shocker there, but
You've had a stinker
Right.
there, mate.
defensive midfield.
Yeah.
This was a real bad one for me, right? Because it was 2. I think City have had 2 of the best DMs in the league. You got Rodri and Fernandinho. I've
Yeah.
gone for Fernandinho,
Alright, okay.
which it does hurt a bit because I love Rodri. Right. Next one, I've gone David Silva.
Okay. Yeah.
Don't look like that.
Well,
He's the
I'm
best.
comparing him to the ones I've got, but we'll
The
do my
best.
team later.
The best Spanish player to ever grace the Premier League. What I seen him do was unreal. The ball never left his foot. The passing, his technique, everything.
Alright, continue.
Right. So I've gone a bit earlier on this one. I've gone Paul Gascoigne. He's the character. You need that character.
I would
in the
say
position.
I'd have gone Gascoigne, but I didn't realise we were
No,
going that far
you
back.
didn't. But he's the only one that I've gone that far back.
Right, okay.
He's like I say, he's your character. He's a baller. Why would you not have him in? Right. I've gone with De Bruyne.
I don't think you can argue with that.
Obviously, greatest midfielder in the world.
Yeah.
Proves it by coming back now off injury and just shining again. And my top 2 is Kane and Aguero.
Yeah.
Now you thought I'd gone Haaland, but
No.
I'm gonna steer away from Haaland because obviously he's just done that one season where he was unreal. But Aguero produced it over 10 years.
Yeah. I think if we'd have done this podcast 10 years later down the line, you'd
Oh
be
yeah,
able
of
to.
course.
Haaland might edge in there depending on what he does.
Both all-time top scorers for the teams.
Yeah.
You know. Well, one's got a statue outside that you're not a fan of. You've seen it. I think Kane will eventually have a statue outside Spurs.
Yeah, I think he deserves it, at least. Is you done that? Yeah?
That's my 11.
Right, okay.
Oh, manager, I'll go with Pep. If you had to pick a manager, you go with Pep.
Oh, yeah. I don't think you can argue with that one. Right, so
There we
in
go.
that, started with Hugo Lloris. And I
We
knew,
have a debate about this, don't we? Every
me and
time.
Ash have always had a debate, Hugo Lloris. And I'm so surprised you did not go Edison. Because
I know.
you, honestly, you
But-
and Edison,
Yeah, because I love Edison.
I-
It's just, like I say, the Joe Hart was just, you know,
who's a better keeper, Joe Hart or Edison?
it depends on what level.
What
I
do
know
you
it
mean?
sounds bad. Edison's ball,
Premier League.
ball distribution, Edison.
Right.
But if he was so shot stopper, back in the day, Joe Hart was unreal. He was unbelievable.
So
Mate.
prime Joe Hart, prime Edison. Who are you picking?
Honestly, I'm going to go Joe Hart.
Really?
Yeah,
Interesting.
I'm going for it.
I'm going Hugo Lloris because I know in the last couple of years when he was playing for Spurs, it was very hit and miss. He'd have a worldie one game, the next game he'd have a pretty bad mistake that'd lead to a goal. But in Hugo's prime, for me, he's one of the best keepers in the world. Won a World Cup, that speaks for himself.
Yeah, he didn't win it.
How many World Cups has Edison won?
Yeah, but was all...
Exactly.
But what I'm saying is,
but it's the World Cup is probably the pinnacle of a footballer's career. That is the one you grow up as a kid, you're a professional footballer. That is the one trophy you want to win, the World Cup. Better than the Euros, better than the Premier League, the World Cup. Playing for your country, winning the World Cup is probably the best achievement for a footballer's in the career.
My point is, this is what I've always said to you: if Hugo Lloris was that good, why did likes of the top Chelsea, Liverpool, City, United not going for him?
Because he's loyal.
No balls loyal.
He's loyal. It's like Harry Kane. I know he's gone now before you say anything, but Kane has probably been in his very best for the past 5 years.
Kane should have gone.
And it's only this year, because Tottenham haven't won anything, that he's gone. He's been so loyal to Tottenham. But anyway, we'll move on.
Yeah, go on.
So, like I said before, I've gone 4-4-2. So in defence, I've gone Vincent Kompany.
Yeah, you got him.
I don't think I could argue that. My other centre half, actually gone Jan Vertonghen.
Oof.
I think
that's all right.
I think Jan Vertonghen was absolutely quality. Him and Toby Alderweireld at Spurs and for Belgium as well were absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah, we'll go there.
So that's why I've gone Jan Vertonghen. Right back, Kyle Walker.
I mean, this is bad knowledge about me, but he's Belgian.
Yeah.
So put bed together.
What?
Got a Belgian connection.
Yeah, Kompany, Vertonghen. Yeah. Right back, Kyle Walker. I think Kyle Walker's probably one of the best right
can't
backs
argue with him
in the world. Like, his pace is unbelievable. His one-on-one defending is just, you can't knock it really.
No, he's probably the one that we don't think we will argue about.
Yeah, no, definitely you can't argue with Kyle Walker at all. I think I was gutted when he left Spurs, but anyway.
And that's a bargain, by the way. People said when he got sold for 50 million, that was too much.
And it was the best move in his career, because if he'd have stayed at Tottenham...
He's won 17 trophies now.
Yeah. Left back, well, I really struggled at left back. I was going to put Bale at left back, but then...
Oh, so you had to go at me about putting Bale at left back?
Well, no. I did my research. Bale didn't play left back from 2009 when Harry Redknapp switched him to the wing.
But when did he do... Was he not left back for when he played against Inter Milan in the Champions League?
I don't know.
When he played against is it Danilo?
I don't know.
He signed Danilo. Oh, no, it wasn't Danilo. I can't remember.
I don't know.
You know where he burst the pace and he went on the outside of the pitch.
And I needed... So, anyway.
Go on.
So, Kolarov.
I looked at Kolarov. No,
Kolarov.
That's not a bad shout.
You know what? And I had to do my research on this, because Spurs left backs... I couldn't think of one standout, and
mine was a toss-up with Kolarov and Gael Clichy.
Yeah.
But you're not going to not have Bale in that side.
Yeah, well, I've got Bale on my side. I'll go on to him next. He's on my right wing.
Oh, fair enough.
On my left wing, I've gone Son. I'm really surprised you didn't put Son in your team.
See, it was our toss-up. But David Silva or Son?
Son?
I can't, no.
Son?
Not
Every day of the week,
There's not
mate.
a chance.
Every day of the week.
No.
I
hope people do listen to this, but I can
Is
guarantee...
David Silva ever won the Golden Boot, by the way?
That wasn't his game.
No, I'm just saying. Has he ever won the Golden Boot?
Did he actually win it outright, or did he draw with someone?
Still won the Golden Boot.
I don't care. Haaland won it in his first season. I'm just saying, it doesn't matter.
Son's not a striker. Well, he is now, but he wasn't a striker.
Son won it with 3 people. He won it with Mo Salah and Harry Kane, didn't he?
Harry Kane didn't win Golden Boot that year. Harry Kane won the playmaker.
Oh, might have been 2.
It was Salah and Son, but that doesn't matter. He won the Golden Boot. I don't care. That's my argument. And
assists. Come on, this is David Silva.
I'd still go Son.
No.
Midfield, Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah.
Can't argue.
No.
I've got 3 Belgians in my team, and Luka Modric. I think
that was a big miss. That, and I know that.
Luka Modric.
If I didn't go
Imagine De
Gascoigne,
Bruyne and Modric in the same team.
if I didn't go Gascoigne, then I would have gone.
Well, I didn't think we were going that
No,
far
no,
back,
no.
so I tried to stay a bit
No.
more modern.
I know.
Modric.
But, yeah. I love Modric.
Then up front, I've gone Harry Kane and Sergio Aguero.
Yeah.
Like I say, it was hard with Haaland, but Haaland's not been in the Premier League long enough.
That's what I mean.
Kane and Aguero have done it consistently for years.
That's what they did it at a high level as well. Didn't they? I'm not saying Haaland isn't. He's on a different league, striker, but
Yeah.
just with them two, you're safe.
Yeah. So moving on then, what we're going to do every week to sort of close the podcast is we're both going to give our predictions for the following fixture. So like this weekend, Spurs are playing Everton at Goodison Park. I'm also going as well.
Oh, you going?
Yeah, I'm going. Yeah.
You taking Madison?
Yeah, I've got tickets. Yeah.
Mate, you've got a fan in her, you know. She goes, she loves it, doesn't she?
Yeah. Managed to convert Madison into a football fan. Yeah, she loves it.
Don't get a ticket.
Yeah, I try my best. Last time I went to the Spurs United game at Old Trafford a couple of weeks ago when they drew 2-2, and I got scammed by two guys wearing high-vis telling me I could park in a no parking zone for a tenner. So I lost my tenner and then I had to pay a 60 quid parking ticket, so I wasn't impressed at that.
Incredible, that, isn't it?
Yeah. And
good game, though.
yeah, it was a good game. Should have won it, but it's one of them.
Debut of Timo Werner.
Yeah.
He's not been bad.
Timo Werner,
He's not
100%.
bad, is
He's
he?
quality. Don't get me wrong, everyone slates him, misses this and misses that, but I don't think that's his role. I know he's a forward,
Yeah.
but he's not a goal scorer.
It's a bit like Gabriel Jesus.
He's not a goal scorer. His pace and his ability to get into space and whatnot, he gets the team forward
Yeah.
for that. Like last night, he got 2 assists
Yeah.
just from his running. He's working hard. He got assist against United, and that's what Spurs need in that team.
Do you know when people say, "Oh, he's a Chelsea flop"? I don't believe in that, because if you look at the flops that have come from Chelsea, De Bruyne, Salah, then Werner,
That's it. Like
it's just
I've got faith in him. I really have got
fit
faith in him.
system.
I really have got faith in him.
So
So
when we signed De Bruyne, like it was all in the paper, like 60 million Chelsea flop,
yeah,
and obviously all the pundits now, obviously
Well,
eating the words, aren't they?
yeah, very much so.
So,
Eating the words.
You know,
Right,
it
so
works.
what we're going to do is we're going to do predictions. So, like I said, Spurs have got Everton, City are away at Brentford, aren't they?
yeah, they are. Yeah.
Right, so what we'll do is
Monday night.
we'll predict the score and we'll go first goal scorer. So, Brentford City, what are you going to go for, Ash?
See, I'm going to go 3-1 Man City,
3-1 City.
but I'm going to go Ivan Toney to score first,
Ivan Toney to score first.
because he's come back. I understand why clubs haven't gone for him yet, because they'll probably get a cheaper deal in the summer.
Yeah. I really, really rate Ivan Toney. I really do. I think he'd be quality
I'll go 3-1.
if he went to Spurs. I would have him as like a replacement for Harry Kane any day.
Oh yeah, of course.
So 3-1 City,
definitely
Ivan
take
Toney
3-1.
first goal scorer. Spurs Everton. I'm gonna go.
That's a tough game, you know.
It's a really tough game. I'm gonna go 2-1 Spurs
Yeah.
and Richarlison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout.
I think he's 7-7 or something like
Spurs
that.
at home.
No, it's at Goodison Park.
Oh, see, sorry,
So
return.
return to Goodison Park. Yeah, so I'm gonna go 2-1 Spurs.
Hit a bit of good form, hasn't he, Richarlison at the minute?
He's playing really, really well. Got to give it to him.
Needed it. So he's getting a lot of stick, wasn't
Oh yeah, you got a feel for him. Like he come to Spurs as a backup to Harry Kane. He was never going to get much game time. He never really got the chance under Kane. But now Kane's gone. I think he's really got his chance. He's really shining. He's starting. He's scoring goals. He's getting in positions. He's still not at his peak of his abilities. I don't think. I still think there's quite a lot to come from Charleston.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It'll be interesting to see. So
Yeah, I've got one for you.
go on.
Could you think of the signing of the season as of right now? Like, don't think of the end of the season. Well, maybe not even signing of the season. Who's impressed you? Like you've seen from another team.
From another team,
Yeah.
not from Spurs.
Yeah, no.
You took the words around. I was going to say James Maddison and Vicarios are the goalkeeper, but from another.
I'd have gone Madison. From another team. I would
Yeah.
have gone. I don't
I tell you,
understand. I don't understand how a lot-
Doku signed
Doku,
Madison.
yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, I'd pick Doku for Man City.
yeah.
But I don't understand how a
Doku's
lot of
been
more
quality.
teams didn't go for Madison.
Me either.
What was he, 50 mil?
Yeah. Honestly,
It's a bargain.
real bargain.
I
He's been quality. Even like I know it's a bit shit that he's been out for injury and whatnot, but like he's come back into the side and made a difference last
That's
night.
what I mean.
One of the goals came from him. Like
Yeah,
he's what Spurs needed, and I think when they get Son back, and then if they invest in the summer, I think Spurs have got a real chance of potentially pushing for definitely, mate, our trophy. The league's probably a few years away yet, anyway. But right, so
Big fan of Postecoglou, or whatever he's called.
Postecoglou,
He's
unbelievable.
yeah.
I don't think I've met a Spurs fan that's had a bad word to say
That's
about
what I
him.
mean.
I really
But back to Jeremy Doku. I would have picked him if I was to pick City. Like,
yeah,
he's basically coming because I was going when City sold Mahrez.
yeah,
Mahrez offers you something different.
yeah.
Like,
He's a
it
good
was
player,
incredible.
Mahrez.
But then he's come in straight away, hit the ground running, scores goals, assists. He's fast, he's pace up and down. You know, you can't ask more, can you? Well,
No, he was a good player. So right, I think that concludes episode 1, doesn't it?
yeah, I'd say so. Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you everyone for listening. Like I say, we've both never done anything like this before, so forgive for some of the editing and whatnot. The technology might not be up to scratch yet. We're still getting going. We've got an Instagram page, the Perfect Pass Pod. We've got a TikTok and we've got a YouTube as well. We're going to try and get the podcast out onto as many platforms as possible. We'd really appreciate it if you give it a watch, a share, tell your friends about it if you enjoy it. And from me and Ash, thanks for watching. This is the Perfect Pass.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.